Hello, everybody, and welcome back as we tune in to see the game versus Bears and Howick. This is Tex. This is my first time, so we should have some fun out here. So we have the Bears starting up with their batting order. First, we have Corina Hale, who is playing third, as she gets one up the middle and gets to first safely, but unfortunately there was a runner starting at first, so the runner on first is now out at second. So the Bears have one out with Kayla Clark on. Following Kayla Clark will be Kyla Bromhead, who is playing catcher, Taylor Maxwell, who is playing right field, Tanio Amutangi, who is playing second, Oroha Noah, who is DP. We have Taya Bromhead, who is playing left field, Maya Lupton, who is playing first, Michaela Cross, who is playing short, which is where the ball was hit, and she lands in there safely. So that worked out. So we got runners on first and second with one out, with Kyla Bromhead up to bat. So Howick finding themselves in a bit of a pickle with runners on first and second with their third batter up for Bears. And there it is, this double steal,
Nice work, Sammy,
which happened to work in favor of the Bears. So that was definitely a good heads-up play by both runners, and that was a good heads-up play by the catcher for Howick. So that leaves runners on second and third for Kyla Bromhead. And that's in there for a ball. And that's a hack by Kyla Bromhead. So that brings up 1 ball and 2 strikes for Kyla. Runners on second and third. Let's see if Howard can get out of this one. And they don't with the hit up the middle. So that is enough to bring in a run, and that leaves Kyla at second.
2-7 dear. She was a deer. Yeah, Sam Smith.
Sam Smith is deer. Kayla's in it too now.
Ah, I see.
Mickey got out.
Gotcha. So that leaves 1 out with Taylor Maxwell up to bat. And she looks and takes it for a ball. So we have Kayla Clark at third, and we have Kyla Bromhead at second with 1 out. It's a hit off the pitcher's glove, and all runners are safe. So that was enough to bring in a run. That was enough to bring in Clark. So that leaves Kyla at third and Taylor at first, with Tanio Amutangi up to bat.
Much better start for the Bears in this one. Their batting has not been great for the start of this competition, so to see them come out firing to start, it's positive.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they're being very aggressive this game. She takes that in for a strike. So the count is 0-1. Looking over to get the call from Dion. Oh, and the umpire at first has called a dead ball. And he has called the runner out at first for leaving early before the pitch. So that leaves 2 outs with Tanio Mutangi up to bat. Runner at third is Kyla Bromhead. It's always a lot of pressure with that runner. You know, you got eyes on you everywhere,
Yep.
especially right behind you. You want to get a good jump, but
And I think a few of them start to relax too when they've only sort of got one blue behind the plate, maybe one
of
out in
course,
the field.
you can
You
probably
change
get
it
away
up, you
with
got
it.
4 out there, it makes a
Yep.
whole different world.
Yep. So that leaves Tanio Mutangi with 2 strikes, no balls. Let's see if she can bring in Kyla Bromhead from third base. Good hit. So Tanio heading over to second from a missed throw. And that was enough to bring in Kyla from third, as Tanio is now on second after an overthrow from third base. So we have 2 outs. We have Tanio at second, and next up to bat we have the DP, Aurora Noa.
It's not bad. Arahan, no.
Dang. I
We'll
was
get there.
close.
We'll let you off. We'll get there.
We'll get some kiwi.
It's all right, I'm 3 years in and I'm still trying
Yeah,
to
I
get
need
their
some
names right.
Kiwi accent. That's what it is.
As always, got the faithful audience out to the right there that will correct if need be.
They're helping me out.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And she gets a piece of that, but first baseman was able to field it cleanly, and that makes it the 3rd out of the inning.
Not a bad effort from the Bears. 3 in on that first up at bat. A lot more positive start and a lot more aggressive batting. We'll be back heading into the bottom of the first.
So welcome back. We have, at the bottom of the first inning, we have Howick up to bat now. We are starting off with the leadoff hitter, Caitlin Kramer, who is playing left field. We have Jessica Volk, who is playing second. Michaela Etheridge, who is playing pitcher. No, I'm sorry, catcher. We have Caitlin Sill, who is... No. That is Jordan Murray, who is... Hold on one second. She's pitching?
Jordan Murray's catching now. That's a good question. We'll come back to you on that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to you on that one. We will be going with the flow here
There's
today,
been
as
a,
we
there's
have
been a fair bit of change with
Yes.
the Howick lineup, which we're still just trying to get to grips with.
That's a nice strike in there.
Good pitching, Tori.
So I believe we have Olivia Dixon running over at first, started off. And that is strike 2 for Caitlin Kramer. So we have 1 ball and 2 strikes. She fouls that off. 1 and 2 for the batter. Pretty much here, what we're looking for is just something to move the runner over. So let's see if she can get on the ground. We also have an issue with the plate, technical difficulties. And the pitch, and she gets a piece of that one. But the shortstop, Michaela Cross, was able to grab that one and hold the runner at first. So that leaves 1 out with runner at first and Jessica Volk up to bat. So that was good heads up by Michaela Cross there. Even playing it with the wind, she just came in on that one. It was good handling with the ball on that one. So we got first base playing in. We also got Katrina on third playing in. Up for the bunt, and it's down. Oh, with a little bit of collision.
Oh, guys.
The intent was right, just not quite.
No, but they were on that one. They were on their toes on that one. So it's good to see the Bears defense just attack that one, even if it was each other.
Yep.
But
We knew who was going to win.
So we got 1 strike on the batter with 1 out. Runner at first. Squares in for the bunt again, and it's up, but hits the fence. So Kyla could not get that one in the air, unfortunately. So that brings up 2 strikes for the batter. And I'm sorry, that is actually number 10, Chantel Jacobs, who is up to bat right now. And a swing and a miss. Oh, and the runner decides to go, but holds back and gets back to first. So that was a strike 3 for the batter after a swing and miss. And the runner wanted to go, but decided to come back on that one. So
it was not a bad effort from Tennille out at 2 there to grab that one. Kyla just got a little bit loose on that throw. It was a bit high.
Right.
Jumping catch, but job done. No damage.
Yep. Up to bat, we have number 6, Sam Greenwood. That is not number 6. That's number 8. I am so sorry. Jordan Murray.
Yeah, their lineup card was not looking pretty at the start of this, so we'll just play it as we see it.
Yeah. So she swings for that one to give her a strike. Runner at first. And Kyla with the throw, and they get her. So the runner was caught stealing, and Kyla with the throw was able to get there to Michaela Cross to make it the 3rd out of the inning.
It's a good throw down. No runs scored by Howick. Bears are leading this one 3-0 going into the bottom of 1. We'll be back with a start of 2. We'll see you in a sec. Okay, welcome back to Starling Park. Bears Classic being played down here. Beautiful sunshine, still plenty of wind. Bears sitting 3-0 up in this one, going into the top of 2. And while Steph's just getting their sheets sorted out, first up for them will be number 21, Tyann Bromhead Lamalu. Good start for the Bears, as we said, 3-0 up. So far they've played 3 and they've gone down in 3, so they'll be looking for a bit of a comeback here. I'm Lani Hutchinson coming to you live from Starling Park, and I'm joined by Stephanie Texiera, usually with the Western Magpies, so it's a pleasure having her down here today. Normally arch enemies, but today we are joined as one to bring this game to you. She'll bring you the play-by-plays, and I'll jump in every now and then and help out when needed. Over to you, Stephanie.
Yep, so over here we got 2 strikes on Town Bromhead. We also have at second base number 27, Sam Smith, running to start the inning. So we got 2 strikes on Town. And that goes for a ball with the runner taking a big lead at second, but the catcher pays no mind to it, so that's good. So we got 1 ball and 2 strikes for the batter on this inning. So we have the third baseman, if we notice. Third baseman is playing really in while the first baseman is back, so this should be interesting. They probably could be expecting a potential bunt, but instead they get the strikeout, which is what I'm sure is a better outcome.
She won't be happy with that. One of the young ones in the team, just coming into the team this year, but also, just like Mum, known for her hitting, so she won't be happy. She'll be punishing herself, but they'll walk it off and get over it.
Next up, we have number 18, Maya Lupton. And she takes that one in for a ball. We still have the third baseman playing up, so I'm sure they're just ready for any and every situation. And they get the swing and a miss here for strike 1. That makes the count even at 1-1. And she was able to get a piece of that one and follow it off. Number 20, Caitlin Sill, who comes back with an outside pitch to try to catch her off balance. Brings the count 1-2. Be interesting to see what she comes with on this one. So she's been jamming her inside, and last pitch decided to go out. So let's see what the outcome is of this next pitch. Comes in with a high one, which is not a bad idea. Usually you want to get that pitch in to bait the batter, which, as I was talking about last game, that's usually a very tempting pitch to swing at. So good on number 18, Maya Lupton, on holding back. So we got 2-2 on the batter, runner on second. And she swings at that one, gets a piece, but it is foul down the first base line. So on that one, we see Caitlin Sill going again out on Maya. 2-2 for the batter. Runner on second. Catcher sets up outside. She gets a piece of it. Runner moves to third. Goes to first, and the first baseman drops it, but the runner on third makes it home. And that was number 27, Sam Smith, who crosses the plate on the hit from Maya Lupton.
Good running by Smith. I thought how I would have put money on it that they had Lupton going to first, but she was just short of the base.
Yeah.
No foot on.
That leaves number 5, Michaela Cross, up to bat with a runner on first. And she takes the first pitch for a ball high outside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes a pitch. She swings for a ball inside. Pitcher calls for it, and Caitlin Sill gets that out. So that is out number 1, despite the call from the catcher. That is out number 1 for Howick, and that brings up Katrina Hale. Oh, with a hit up to short, but the wind playing the games that it has been playing all day. Oh, that was 2 outs. All right, so
this thing's slightly behind.
So that hit by Katrina Hale ends the inning.
3 down. Waitakere Bears are leading this one 4-0 after the top of the second. We'll be back in a minute going into the bottom of 2. Don't go anywhere.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. So we're back. We're at the top of the second, bottom of the second, with number 8, Jordan Murray, up to bat, the catcher, runner on second. Takes the first pitch, bunts it over to first base with the throw, and she beats it with play at home, and oh, and she plays not over. Wow, so I'm still a little,
Oh, what a shame.
so that was quite the tag here at home plate. So runner just came in, feet first, and Kyla got her, fortunately, in the face. But they were able to get that at home, so no runs were scored on that one. But Jordan Murray ends up with a double on that one.
Definitely reason number 25 why you slide into home base instead of coming in upright.
Yep, she kind of just like slid in late and didn't work to her
Sort of
advantage
tried
on
to
that
duck
one.
under it, but just
Yep.
didn't make it. She's going to feel that one tonight.
Yep. So the Bears have called a timeout. Or, yep, Dion has called a timeout. He is briefly talking to the umpire at home plate. So with that being said, we have number 20, Caitlin Sill, the pitcher, up to bat. Which, looking at her from last game, you know, she has a pretty good stick. You know, this is one that you don't want her to get a hold of the ball because there is a runner at second. So,
Well, I think as Broden was put in the last game, scrappy hitting, but with scrappy hitting in this wind,
yep,
it's actually
that's
really,
exactly
really efficient.
what it is. So let's see if Howick continues on with their scrappy hitting, or if Bears are able to hold them down and
Keep it tight.
keep it tight.
Whatever it
Keep
takes
tight,
to get
exactly.
the job done. Keep it tight. There you go.
So again, number 20, Caitlin Sill, the pitcher, up to bat, with number 8, Jordan Murray, at second. Pitch comes in, and she ropes
There it
it
is.
over Karina. Oh, and it gets through the left fielder, so the run scores in. Oh, and it seems like Caitlin Sill holds up at second. I don't know if maybe during the turn she hurt something. Yeah, it seems like she...
Might have given something to tweak because
Yeah.
she had all the time in the world to actually make
Yeah.
that through to 3.
Yeah, it seems like she kind of did something to her leg there. Nonetheless, though, that was a good hit over Karina, so that was able to bring in a run for Howick.
4-1 the score. Howick won't give up easy on this.
Nope. And with that being set up to bat, we have number 6, Shantae Hadding.
No,
Who's the
different
shit?
number.
Oh,
What have we got?
number 12.
Yep. There we go.
Right
12.
name. Well, I don't know if it was the right pronounced name, but she watches that one for a strike. So that leaves the count 0-1 on the batter. And she gets a piece of that one, but ropes it foul. So again, that wind.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you hit a ball up, that ball is not going to go where it's projected. It's actually going to curve. So with that being said, she gets a piece of that one, but it is foul, so that gives her 2 strikes. And she swings and fouls back. So as we can see here, she's taking a very aggressive approach up on this at bat, which is good. Let's see if the Bears can hold it down. And again, another foul back. You got Kyla heading over to talk to Tori.
Come on, Tori, like a kid.
Tori has a lot to work with here with no balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if she can work around her. Pitch comes in and it's high, and Kyla throws second, but nothing happens there. So that's 1-2 on the batter. Again, Tori has a lot of room to work with here, so it'd be interesting to see if she just sticks to the outside corner, in which, no, she comes in, and Shantae gets a piece of it, and left field with the throw. Does not get the throw onto third, but does make the catch to make it 1 out for Howick. So that leaves 1 out, 1 runner at third, and up to bat is number 5, Natasha Taylor. Pitch comes in, high, in for a ball. So it should be interesting to see what Natasha does here. She has first base playing in, but third base playing back. And she swings, and that's a swing and a miss for a strike. So that's 1-1 on the batter. Runner on third. We got 1 out. And Tori coming in with the pitch inside part of the plate. And Natasha ropes it foul. Again, the wind just pushed it way to the bushes. So with that inside pitch, it brings in 1 ball, 2 strikes for Tori as the pitcher, and number 5, Natasha, as the batter. Kyla sets up on the outside plate. Natasha gets a piece of it, and Tennille Amutangi was able to get the out on that one, so that makes it 3 outs for the Bears. And Howick was able to get in a run on that one, so that makes the score 4-1, Bears leading at the end of this inning.
Here we go.
And we are back at the top of the third with
Come on, Kay.
Kayla Clark, who takes in a strike for that one. We also have a runner on, we have Sam Smith on third. No outs. As Kyla takes the next pitch and ropes it foul to make it 2 strikes on her. It's a good job on Kayla being aggressive with that inside pitch. You know, that's the pitch that's usually the pitch where you want to rope it. You want to hit it as hard as you can. You know, that's usually the wheelhouse pitch. So good on her for trying to make something out of that pitch. So we got 0-2 on the batter. Let's see what Caitlin Sills throws at Kayla. And she gets a piece of it. Caitlin Sills makes the out to make it the first out of the inning. Runner at third stays. So Kyla Bromhead up to bat now, who takes a timeout to tie her shoes. Always important. I think she's planning on getting on base on this one. She's just tying him
I
up.
was going to say tying him up tight. Might need a bit of movement to go with that as well.
So she's ready, and she's stepping into the box with 1 out and a runner on third. And with the pitch, in for a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Kyla looking over to Dion. So 1 strike on Kyla. Here comes a pitch with an inside pitch, and Kyla was able to get a piece, but foul. So
Almost looked like a foot gave way there, just a bit of a
yeah,
slip.
it did. So that leaves 2 strikes on Kyla. Kaylin Sills just working both parts of the plate on this one. Comes the pitch on the outside, but low. So she throws that one in outside and low for a ball, which leaves us with 1 and 2 on Kyla Bromhead. So on this one, if you're Kyla, you're kind of just looking really any part of the plate, because if she gets an outside pitch, she wants to drive that to the right side, in which she does. And she's able to bring in a run, but unfortunately get herself out at first.
It's all right, job done from Kyla on the
Yep.
sacrifice there. We'll take it.
Yep, well, there was a bit of confusion there.
Bears will slide ahead 5-1 in this one, top of 3. 2 down so far.
Yep, so that brings in 2 down with number 17, Taylor Maxwell, up to bat. And for the pitch, and she swings at the first one, up to the first baseman, and she catches it. So that was number 7, Hannah Greenaway, who made the catch.
Seemed like a fairly quick 3 up and 3 down, but Bears managed to get one in there. So Bears sitting 5-1 up in this one, top of 3rd. We'll be back heading into the bottom. We'll see you in a sec.
The next big thing for Easton Fast Pitch has arrived. The Ghost has revolutionary double barrel technology with 2 full-length barrels constructed together that essentially eliminates all vibration. The collision between the outer and inner barrel creates an explosive sound unlike anything you've heard before. The softer outer barrel has the lowest compression in the game for maximum performance right out of the wrapper.
So we are back in the bottom of the 3rd with Howick up to bat, and we have number 8, Jordan Murray. She takes that one in for a ball for the first one. Number 9. So that is indeed not Jordan Murray. That is actually number 9, Sky Martin. Oh, man. Oh, and she swings at that one.
That was an interesting
It's a
one.
foul.
She sort of hopped back
Yeah.
out of the way and took a swat at it.
Well, it's like I was saying last game. Sometimes when the ball's coming at you, you know, your first instinct is to move out of the way, but at the same time you want to swing, so you just do both.
Yeah.
So that leaves 1 and 1 for Sky Martin.
Oh, and as they say, those that can do, those that can't, sit back here and commentate.
Yep, and apparently it's not my calling. But
Hey, when the Bears are up playing Magpies, I'm quite happy for you to be sitting out here with me commentating. That'd be great, thanks.
So that's 2 strikes on Sky, and she's able to swing at that one foul. So that again, that leaves the batter on 1 and 2. I mean, I'm down with you know, we can make this work. You could give me a mic on the field, and I can actually be commentating from the field.
Hey, look. Never say never. Never say never. I was thinking we'll put you out here and we'll take Michelle Cross, put her into play for the Magpies in your position, and life will be great. Yeah, she's sitting over there quacking like a duck again. Anyway,
So
back
that's
to it. There we go.
1 and 2 for number 9, Sky Martin. Oh, and she goes to bunt on a third
Bunt
strike,
off.
and she's out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not
So-
sure whether she got confused whether it was the third
Yeah,
coming up or what.
you know, we saw this last game
Yeah.
where a bunch of them were just bunting on 2 strikes, and I mean, hey, I guess there's something they're trying to work on, but it's a work in progress. So that leaves 1 out with number 7, Hannah Greenaway, up to bat with a runner on third base, and she bunts to the first baseman, who makes the throw, gets the out, throw to home, and she makes it in there. So Howick was able to execute on that one with sacrificing the bunt, but getting a run in from third.
Job done.
Yep.
5-2 now.
So that leaves Bears up 5-2, and that brings in number 11, Olivia Dixon.
So it just shows with the way fast pitchers actually played a run. Earlier in the day, Bears go down 12-2 in a mercy to Ramblers. Next thing you know, Howick have beaten the Ramblers,
Yep.
and now we've got Bears up against Howick.
Yep. You never
So,
know with
yeah.
this game.
This game, this win, this park, who knows where
Yep.
we're going to be.
That's a lot of factors, and she takes that one in for ball number 2. And Tori, working with 2 balls on the batter, brings it in for a strike, and it is foul. So right into the bushes. Long gone. So Tori works her way back into the count to make it 2-1 on the batter. Olivia right here looking to just get a piece of anything. The pitch, low, gets past Kyla Bromhead, but doesn't do any damage as there is nobody on base, so that makes it 2-2 for the batter.
It was interesting. I've heard it before with some of the better catchers out of the more experienced ones that sit there and they'll say they'll never chase one that's going to be passed if there's no one on base. There's no point wrecking your knees or throwing something out if you don't need to. So.
Agreed. Here comes the pitch for, again, ball. Oh, and I guess it was ball 4 on that one. Oh, and so runner takes a ball 4 on that one with a pass ball by Kyla Bromhead, which she then takes a turn to make believe she's going to second, but instead she decides to stay back for the safe bet. So with that being said, we have 1 out, and that brings in number 2, Caitlin Kramer. And she swings on that one to make it make it a foul ball.
Yep.
So she swings on that one. Foul. It's good on Tori to go after her the first pitch. That's what we want. So that's 0-1 on the batter. Runner at first. In comes the pitch. Inside part of the plate. Michaela Cross fields it. Oh, runner at first. Out of the batter's box. She gets tripped up. And
Nice work, Bears!
the first baseman was able to tag her out on that trip up, which works out in their favor.
Interesting one. We'll take it. We'll take it at the end of the day. Going into the bottom of the 4th. Bears are leading this one 5-2. We'll see you in a sec.
DeMarini bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters.
Good, welcome back to Starling Park Bears Classic. Bears up 5-2 in this one. Lani Hutchinson coming to you live with Stephanie Texieri. I'll get it right eventually. Over to you, Stephanie, and we'll get the scoreboard sorted out.
So that brings us up with number 43, Tanio Mutangi, up to bat, who just swung at that first one, but foul, so that leaves a strike on her with number 27 at first base running, which is Sam Smith. So she bunts to get that second strike in, and nobody at first to cover. So she lands there safely. It seems like there was a bit of confusion on the field with Howick, with the first baseman charging as well as the second baseman, which you don't see that very often.
No, it was almost like a drag race through the home plate on that one. But hey, Bears will take it.
Yep.
Tanil will go safe at first. Sam Smith at 2.
Yep, and that brings in number 12, Aroha Noah. Did I do that one right?
You're getting better.
Getting better. And she takes that one for a strike, fouls it back, and gets a new life on that one. So we got nobody out. We got runners at first and second. And we got Aroha, who just attempted a bunt, but was not able to get it in between the lines. So she is now dealt with a no ball, 1 strike count. Here comes the next pitch. Inside part of the plate, which is a ball. So Caitlin Sill doing a pretty good job, again, working both parts of the plate here. She's actually starting to work lower now, trying to get that ground ball, double play action. She comes in with the pitch. Aroha drops the bunt, but it rolls foul. So that was another bunt attempt by Aroha, who bunts it foul again, who is dealt now with 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just get your steps up, babe. You'll be right.
Or you can have an extra drink tonight then.
So Caitlin Sill dealing with 2 strikes on her, and Aroha makes contact but foul. So if you're Caitlin Sill, you're almost thinking, all right, you've gone outside on her the past couple pitches. It's almost like you're gonna go in on her, or should you continue to go out on her? It should be interesting to see what she comes up with on this one. But Aroha doing a very good job battling and getting these balls.
That's the other thing, with all the wind that we do get here, you start getting those balls, too many of them over the fence, they end up in people's backyard. You very quickly run out of softballs.
I
can
imagine.
The old Mizunos need to be on hand, ready to go.
Yep. Pitch comes in. Oh, and
I think that was
she
a
gets her
shot.
butt. There was a double steal on that one. So there was a lot going on that play. So Caitlin Sill was able to get that inside part of the plate to pretty much jam up Aroha, who swings and miss. But at the same time, it's a double steal for the runners. So that lands runners on second and third with 1 out.
We'll say job done, but I wasn't sure whether that was a swing, a chop, a bunt, or a slide cricket shot.
There was just a lot to work on. There was a lot to see on that play. But that brings up number 21, Taya Bromhead. I will get these names right eventually, guys. But she swings at that first one and hits a foul, so that leaves 1 strike on her. Caitlin Sill comes in with an outside pitch to get called strike 2.
It was a nice
Taya.
placement. It was a really nice
That
pitch.
was-
They
that
were just
was.
sitting right on that edge, eh?
So that leaves Taya with 2 strikes. So now she has to protect this plate. It should be interesting to see what Kaylin comes with. And she comes in with the outside pitch again, but this time a little bit outside, so that brings in 1 and 2 for Taya. One and 2 comes in for a foul ball.
Just needs to settle herself. You can see her getting a little bit frustrated in the batter's box there.
Yeah,
Just take a breath, just ease through it, and then just drive that ball.
Yeah. Keeping composure is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Here comes a 1-2 pitch, and she's able to get a piece of that one over the second baseman's head, which brings 1 run in, but not 1, but 2. Oh, when she kicks the ball, which, oh, she's going to third, and Taya is at third safely. So that was definitely an interesting.
There's the crazy we talked
yeah,
about.
this field just, it's bringing a lot out of the players and the ball today. So 2 runs were able to score on a triple from Taya Bromhead. One of them followed a kind of like a little kick to the softball, but I mean, it's, sometimes that happens. You have to be a multi-sport athlete out here.
You go.
Got to be ready for anything.
And the thing is, with this Tiger turf too, especially with the wind, as it warms up, ball hits it on a spin, it will get a shocking amount of bounce. And can actually throw those outfielders completely off cue.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you're already dealing with turf, which already has enough bounces as it is. So, that nonetheless brings up number 18, Maya Lupton, with a runner on third. So Howick had a meeting previously. So let's see if Kaylin still is able to bounce back, and she starts it off with a ball high and outside. And that's ball number 2, same location. If you're Kaylin, you're almost thinking, you want to try to just it's just about trusting your fielders and just getting that strike in, and what she does on this one. And Maya was able to get a piece on that one, but hits it to the shortstop, who was able to make the out for out number 2. So that's 2 out, and that leaves Michaela Cross up to bat with a runner on third.
And I mean, that's the interesting thing too, watching this team this year, even compared to last year. You expect the results from them, but when I actually look at this team, majority of these girls are under 18 years old.
Yep.
They're the young ones that are now coming through to join the older, more experienced ones.
Yep.
And you forget that at times.
Yeah, I agree. Kaylin so brings that one in for strike number 1 when after Michaela Cross gets a piece of it, but foul. So that leaves 1-1 on the batter. But yeah, it's what we were talking about before this, how, all the clubs this year, it seems like it's just a lot of younger girls who have come up, and, they're pretty much, the older girls are taking them under their wing. And Michaela Cross was able to get a piece of that one, but foul to the right side.
I mean, make no mistake, sitting in the sidelines, we still expect the absolute best all the time.
Of course,
and that's where we'll always sit there and push harder and harder and harder for them.
No,
but it is actually fantastic to see a lot of the young ones coming through now.
Yep.
And developing this game, bringing it further forward.
Yep, and that's what it's all about, really. It's just bringing the young ones, putting them under your wing, and just hoping they just ball out. Kaylin Sills throws ball outside.
For those that are watching and do have an interest in softball, do not forget we have the Fast 45 coming up too. That will be live on Sky TV, Channel 9, I believe, over a 3-week period. 4 teams from the female and the males from the Auckland region will be playing in that. 45-minute games, 4 innings per game. And there are some rule changes in it which will really affect it. A double out will mean the end of an inning. Squeeze play will bring double points, so they've really thrown some twists in here to actually bring this. But with me babbling away there, they managed to get the 3rd out through the swing of Michaela Cross. And we will be back heading into the bottom of the 4th. Waitakere Bears leading this one 7 runs to 2. we're back.
Welcome back. We are back with Howick. Up in the bottom of the fourth, we have number 10, Chantel Jacobs, who just showed a bunt and missed. So that one goes in there for a strike. We have a runner at first. As Tori winds up, gets ready to put this one in. And she takes a swing. Michaela Cross fields it, and she gets the out.
Well done.
Seems like Chantel wasn't happy. Seems that she felt that Maya was in the way of her in the baseline, but umpires did not.
He was not changing his mind on that
No,
one.
but
He
it
was-
seems like the Howick coach has something to say about it. So,
She was out.
so again, they are arguing that the first baseman was in the way of the runner's path. But, you know, as we know, the first baseman is entitled to making the play. So if she had to stand that way to make the play, she stands that way.
You gotta
Sometimes
do
it
what you
works
gotta
like
do.
that. Yep. So that leaves one out with number 8.
Yes.
Yes, I got that one right this time. Jordan Murray with a runner at second, 1 out. Tori with the pitch, swing and a miss. That was funky. So she seemed to get a piece of that one. So that one was fouled back straight to us. So that makes it no balls, 1 strike for Jordan. Tori with the pitch up and gets the swing. Kyla makes it through a second, but she's in there safely. So they weren't able to get the out at second, but they were able to get the swing and miss. So that leaves 0-2 on Jordan Murray. So Tori having a lot of room to work with here. Kyla positioning. So that one misses for a ball low on Jordan, which brings up 1-2 on her. Kyla setting up outside. And Jordan with the swing to Michaela Cross. Runner goes to third. Michaela makes a throw to first and gets the runner out, but the runner on third is safe. So that was a good job on Michaela running in to get that and making throw on the run.
It was actually good to see with that aggressive coming in at the ball, picking it up.
Especially with a young one, you know,
Yeah.
it's you know, you want to see that aggressiveness, you want to see that, you know, that step up, you know,
Yeah.
leadership, which is good.
Plays like a mother, eh, Lani?
She takes after her mother.
Yeah. It's just that the mother's usually aggressive from the actual deck chair, which makes a slight difference. So we'll let her sit there and be aggressive in the grandstand, as she normally is,
Yep.
and we'll focus on the game.
So that brings in 2 outs with number 20. Yep, the pitcher, Caitlin Sill. So she has 2-0 on her, no strikes on her. So should be interesting to see how Tori works on her. So runner at third. Tori comes in with the pitch. Caitlin hits it up the middle. Oh, Tennille fields it, makes the throw, but Caitlin is in very close play. That was a great play by Tennille.
That was a great play by Tennille. Covered a lot of ground there coming across from
Yep.
second. Cut that one off before it hit the outfield.
Yep.
But they will score the run. Howick just keeping in touch here. Still 7-3 up to the Bears.
So that's 2 outs, runner at first. Brings up to bat number 12, Shantae Hadding.
Come on, girls. How many out? How many out?
Tori in with the pitch on the outside corner. Seems like it was low for a ball. So 1-0 on the batter, no strikes. Kyla sets in inside and it misses for ball 2 low on the inside part of the plate. Tori in with the pitch, inside, calls strike. So that was definitely a good placement pitch to come back in on the batter. So that leaves 2-1 on Shantae Hadding. 2-1, runner at first. Tori in with the pitch again on the inside part. She gets her glove on it, but Tennille's there to back it up and gets the out at first for out number 3.
Nice work for the Bears there. Tennille Amatagi doing well with the glove in the field. Cutting that one off again. Taking the third out. We'll be back heading into the top of the 5th. Bears still leading this one, 7 runs to 3.
Bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters, or toward the end cap for power hitters. You should never have to settle for a bat designed for the masses. By building with this stronger composite, we can also use fewer materials. This makes for a lighter swinging bat with a Texas-sized sweet spot.
Okay, we're back.
Hello, so we are back at the top of the 5th inning with a new batter, number 4, Hope Maka, in with Michaela Cross at second base, starting us off. So she takes that one in for a strike. Oh, and she takes a hack at that high pitch, but it hits the net up above for a foul ball, which leaves her with no balls and 2 strikes. So you got to give her credit for this, for the aggressiveness she's showing up. You know, she came straight from the bench and she's taking hacks, you know, and that's what you want to see. And Kaylin Sylph with that nice pitch on the outside corner, but just missed for a ball.
That is also an advantage too with some of the youth that are coming through. They don't have any fear.
That is true.
They're just in the box. They're going to swing. They're going to hit.
Yep, that is true.
They don't give it enough time to actually think about it.
Oh, Kaylin Sills comes in on her, jams her, but Hope was able to get her bat through and hit it to the right side for a foul ball. So that leaves 1 ball and 2 strikes in for Hope. But yeah, you gotta love the aggressiveness of the young hitters.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's what you hope to see all the time. Kaylin Sills in with a high ball. So that's 2-2 for Hope Maka.
We see it with the 15s we coach the young boys, and you can see it in their face half the time. They're still thinking about the Fortnite video game they were playing 20 minutes before the game started when they're standing in the box.
Yep.
All they're interested in is swing that bat and hit that ball.
Yep, and Hope Maka takes that one in for strike 3.
So another change coming in from the Bears too. Number 13 coming in, Sachi Clark.
Just making a note of that in my little book here. So that's 1 out. Sachi Clark coming in and takes that first one in for a strike. Kaylin Sills with the pitch on the outside corner, and Sachi was able to get a piece of that one, but foul. So that was a good job on protecting the plate. So that gives Caitlin a 2-strike advantage over Sashi.
Yeah, so Sachi Clark's come in for Kayla Clark, and Hope Marker had come in for Karina Hale.
Gotcha. She takes that one in for a ball, which makes it 1-2 on the batter. And Caitlin Sills puts some heat on that one, but misses high for a ball. So that brings in 2-2 for Sashi Clark.
Yeah, you've got to give it to some of these pitchers too. I mean, this is their third game for the day. Some of these girls are still going. They're still going strong. You see that heat coming down?
Yep, and with that, she throws a high pitch in on Sashi, but she swings and misses for out number 2. Yep, 2. Oh, and Howick has a timeout. So I wonder if maybe it is, so how we were just talking about how this is her third game, you know, maybe Howick coach is seeing that, you know, she's starting to throw a lot of balls, maybe just got to slow the game down and, you know, just tell her she doesn't have to overdo it here. It's just about getting the ball in there and trusting the defense to make all the plays.
Absolutely, and when you and Broden were talking earlier too, you know, there's 9 players on the field. The
Right.
pitchers have got to let some of that pressure go. You can't K everyone.
You have to.
You know?
You can't just play with one player.
No.
So that's 2 outs with a runner on second, and that brings up number 69, Kyla Bromhead. Which this is the type of hitter that you would want in this situation with a runner on scoring position. So let's see what Kyla's able to do in this situation. Oh, and there it is. She hits it right back up the middle. Center fielder fields it, makes the throw home. Michaela Cross crosses safely.
Nice work, girls.
And Kyla Bromhead makes it a successful RBI double.
And that's where that experience comes in.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
ever reliable. Just don't need to try and put it over the back fence. Just good, solid
Yep.
contact hit straight up the middle. Job done. Run ball in.
Yep. With that being said, she has a runner at second, and Kayla Clark subbing in for her at second. So that's
So
just the
two
2
down-
out.
two down catcher.
Yeah, 2 out catcher rule. So that's 2 outs, runner on second, and that brings up number 3.
So another change
Kiara.
coming in. Kiara Taimai coming in. Yeah, she looks back over her shoulder. She can hear her name. Yeah, I expect you to hit.
We got Sunil just outlining box for her, making sure she knows her zone. Always good to see players like that, you know.
Knowledge share, eh?
Yeah, just sharing their knowledge, just sharing everything.
And the part that I do like, you know, even though there is a absolute rivalry amongst all of the clubs, the camaraderie that you do see with all the players. Doesn't matter which club you play for. Softball. And it's brilliant to see.
I agree. We're all here to do the same thing, which is just to expand this game. And number 3, Kiara makes contact with the ball to second, but they were able to get the throw to first to make it out number 3.
3 down, top of the 5th. Bears are leading this one, 8 runs to 3. We will be back going into the bottom. Don't go anywhere. Still plenty of softball left to come.
So we're back with the bottom of the 5th inning with number 5, Natasha Taylor, putting down a bunt to successfully move the runner, number 12, Shantae Hadding. Yes, I'm starting to get everybody's name right. So she executes with that bunt, but unfortunately gets herself out, but moves the runner onto third, which brings up number 9, Sky Martin. You have the corners playing in for a bunt situation. Tori with the first pitch inside, and it is a ball. Tori with the second pitch in, a little too far in, makes it ball number 2. So that's a good eye on number 9, Sky Martin. Tori in with, gets it through first base, and with the throw. Wow, that was quite the play. Number 17, Aaliyah Stikoski makes the throw in from right field to get the run out at first, but...
No, you got something totally... I think you're talking about the...
I am definitely talking about Howick.
We'll flip that round. Taylor Maxwell with the field from right field with a bullet throw through Mile Upton, returning to 1. Did bring a run in. Howick now 8-4 down to the Bears.
With number 7, Hannah Greenaway putting the bunt down, but gets the out.
And just like that, 3 up, 3 down. They got 1 in. 8 for the lead to the Bears. We'll be back heading into the top of the 6th.
Bats are made for the way you play, plain and simple. We've got a bat designed to work for you when it counts. Game time. With 22% stronger carbon fibers, the Paraflex composite barrel allows for even more precise weight distribution on the CF9 than ever before. We can put the weight closer to the handle for slappers, distribute it evenly along the barrel for contact hitters, or toward the end cap for power hitters. You should never have to settle for a bat designed for the masses. By building with this...
Hello everybody, we're back for the top of the 6th with a runner on third base, and that brings up number 43, Tanio Amutangi, who takes the first one in for a ball low and outside.
Good pronunciation.
Thank you. You know, it's getting better as the game goes on. I'm glad I'm able to get it now towards the end.
You're doing well. Doing really well.
Caitlin Sill in with the pitch. Tanio with contact to the pitcher. And lands at first safely after Caitlin Sill takes a peek over to third, but too long for the speedy Tanio Amutangi. So that leaves runners on first and third for number 15, Shia Hale, which is the young one.
Daughter of Karina Hale.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we've got a few mothers and daughters in there.
Yeah.
We've got Tyler and Tyann, and we've got Karina and Shia.
That's awesome, though. It's awesome seeing the game just expand. And on that one, Shia takes the first one in for a strike. And she takes a hack at that one, gets a piece of it, but fouled back for strike number 2. So Caitlin Sill here has a lot of room to work with. She has 2 strikes on the batter, but she also has runners on first and third. So you also got to be careful in this situation. Because like we said, the young ones are pretty aggressive. Yeah. So she's going to be aggressive. And the runner on first steals over to second. Runner on third holds up. And Shia takes that one for ball number 1. So that makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Caitlin so changes it up a bit, goes outside. A little too far outside for ball number 2. So that's two balls, 2 strikes for Shia Hale. She has runners on second and third. See if she's able to make a little contact, and
Not able to this time.
nah, that was a good hack though. You know, like it's good to see them at least going down, like swinging. You know, you want to see them aggressive. So
Well, it's golden. It's swinging better than looking. Any
exactly.
time of the day.
So that brings out 1 out, second and third, with number 21, Taya Bromhead, up to bat. And she takes that first one in. She swings, but is unsuccessful as it is caught by the third baseman, number 9, Sky Martin, to make it out number 2.
Right, let them out there.
So 2 on, 2 outs. And that brings up number 18, Maya Lupton. You see everybody, you see her teammates, and you see the parents yelling, "Find a hole." So let's see if she indeed finds a hole. And she's close on that swing with a swing and a miss for 1 strike. And Kaylin Sill misses up on that one. You see Tennille Mutangi over there taking a big lead, trying to get them to bite. Trying to get the throw over there so they can score in a run.
Well, she's fast enough that she can play that game with them.
Yep. And Maya takes a swing for strike number 2. So that's 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Runners on second and third. At this point, this is where the choke and poke approach comes in. Just want to be aggressive. Anything near, take a hack. And
it's like that lead out's getting further and further.
Yep.
I think she hit halfway that time.
Kaylin Sills was ready to walk back to the dugout on that one, but it was called the ball, so that's 2 and 2. And she's able to get Maya to swing on that one. Foul ball back to fence, so that makes it 2 and 2 on the batter. So good job on Maya on just attacking anything close to the plate. Kaylin comes in with the pitch, but does not make it. It was pretty inside, but also very low. So Maya, she's a little tall. So that brings in full count, 3 and 2 on the batter. Runners on second and third. Here comes a pitch, and Maya gets a piece of it down to first base, but they were able to get the out before the run came in.
And that's all she wrote for the top of 6. Bears still leading 8-4 in this one. We'll be back going into the bottom of the 6th. We'll see how Howick respond. We're ready. Here we go.
And we are back at the bottom of the 6th inning with a runner at third, and we have number 11, Olivia Dixon, up to bat. We have the Bears defense in. Oh, and she goes and tries to sneak in a little surprise bunt, but gets it just a bit foul. So we see Howick there trying to make something happen on the ground.
And they were very effective with us in the last game.
They
against
were.
The Ramblers, you know.
They
It's
were.
that whole scrappy play thing.
Yep.
All they've got to do is just unrattle the Bears here.
Yep. Tori with the strike on the batter. Throws it in. Olivia with a swing up to Tennille. Tennille makes the out. The runner on third holds. So Bears were able to escape that one.
Just need to push that pop a little bit further.
Yep.
You're going to go that sacrifice, try and put it out to the outfield. At least give the runner a chance.
Yep, that wind will do something crazy with it if you can
Yep.
get it out there. So, nonetheless, that brings one out. Number 2, Caitlin Kramer up to bat with a runner on third, and she takes that one in for a ball.
Come Bears!
So we got Maya playing nice and in on her as Tori misses for ball number 2 on the outside corner. And Caitlin with the foul ball to the left side. So that gives Tori 1 strike on her, but also gives Caitlin the advantage that she has 2 balls on her. So that leaves 2 balls, 1 strike for the batter. Tori coming into pitch, throws inside. She gets a piece of it to Michaela Cross. Michaela Cross throws home. Kyla gets the play at home.
Good girls! Nice work, girls!
And unfortunately, Caitlin Kramer could not get the run into score, but lands safely at first. So that leaves 1 out. 2 outs. Thank you. 2 outs, runner at first, and that brings up number 10, Chantel Jacobs.
Come Bears!
And Tori gets her to swing on a high one for strike number 1. Tori misses that one in for a ball, so that brings up 1-1 for the batter. So we see now the Bears defense back into normal play. Everybody's back in their position. As number 10, Chantel Jacobs takes another swing and misses. So that leaves 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. So Tori having a lot of room to work with here as she stays ahead. And Tori with the pitch to the outside corner, and Chantel rips it over to Neil.
Nice pick up, Tyler!
And she's able to land a single on that one, which then moves the runner from first to second. So that was a good job on Taylor Maxwell being back there to back Tennille up. So with 2 outs, it brings up number 8, Jordan Murray, with runners on first and second. And she wanted to bite on that one, but she didn't. So that brings 1 ball in. So that was smart on Tori, trying to get her to bite, like we talked about with the high pitches. You know, that's always a tempting pitch to swing at. And Tori misses again high outside for ball number 2. And she's able to get a piece of that one to Michaela Cross. Michaela Cross tries fielding it, bobbles it, makes the throw to first, but not in time to have the bases loaded for number 20, Caitlin Sill.
And here's that scrappy play coming in that we talked about from Howick. Bags loaded now.
Yep. So bases loaded for number 20, Caitlin Sill. And she gets that one
Come Bears!
for a ball. So it should be really interesting here to see how Tori handles Caitlin Sill, because this is one player you don't want to make contact with the ball. So she leaves her low and inside for a ball So that's 2-0 on the batter. Kaylin still being patient, which at the same time she gets ball 4, brings in a run anyway. And she takes a hack at that one, drops it in behind second, and is able to bring in a run. So that was good execution on Kaylin Sill, just working with 2-0 and just swinging at the first strike she saw.
Nice little pop shot just over the head of second there.
Yep.
So that'll move Howick ahead. Bears still leading 8-5, but Howick still with loaded bags here.
So the Bears call timeout to have a little powwow up at the circle, which is never a bad thing. So just trying to slow the game down. And with that being said, we have 2 outs, bases loaded with number 12. Is this number 2? Yeah, number 12, Shantae Hadding up to bat. Tori delivers first pitch strike on the inside corner. So we have the Howick coach there just giving a nice little demonstration of what the strike zone looks like. So that was nice. So number 12, Shantae Hadding with 1 strike, and she looks at that one for ball number 1. So I guess that demonstration there worked.
There you go.
Yep. So she got ball 1, strike 1 on the batter. That one misses just inside for ball number 2. So Shantae Hadding here with bases loaded, 2-1 count. She's looking to get anything near the plate as she looks at that one, and it is Kyla Bromhead didn't seem like she was happy about that one. So that one will be called for ball number 3. So very interesting situation here.
Switching sides here.
Yep. Interesting situation here. 3-1 on the batter. She gets a walk on this one, brings in a run. And Shantae is able to get a piece on it and is able to get a hit on an error from the third baseman,
Hope Maka,
which will also bring in a run. And with that being said, Dion will then call a timeout for the Bears just to, again, slow the game down.
Come on, Beers! Come on, ladies!
So we have 2 outs, bases loaded, and that brings up number 5 for Howick, Natasha Taylor. And she takes a swing at that one, up and back goes Kayla with the out to make it the 3rd out of the inning.
So that'll be it for the bottom of the 6th here. Howick managing to bring a couple in. Bees still leading this one 8 runs to 6. Just waiting to see. Yep, looks like we are going to play through to the 7th.
Stay tuned.
Umpire just checking for time. No, it looks like we're good to go. So we'll be back in a second going into the top of the 7th.
Yep. So welcome back. We are at the top of the 7th inning with a runner on first base, and that brings up number 5, Michaela Cross, who drops down a bunt successfully to third base, makes the throw, and gets Michaela out at first.
Well, top play there, Stephanie. Great to be over here joining you for the last innings. You've done a fantastic job here. Tex, is it Tex?
It is Tex.
All right. Not from Texas, though, right?
Not from Texas.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Oh, well, you're from the nice spot.
I am. Nice vacation spot.
All right. I like to see how you haven't brought any of your weather with you so far for our summer. Good game going here.
It is a good game. It's right now, so we got 1 down, runner at second, and then brings up number 4, Hope Maka.
Only 2 runs in it, Waitakere Bears, leading by 2 runs, 8-6 here in the 7th.
Yep.
Good to see the game going the distance. Quick game.
Oh, it's great. And Hope drops down a bunt, a great bunt actually, and is in there to make it safe and also moving the runner over to third. So that was a great little surprise bunt by Hope Maka to get the runner over to third as well as get her successfully safe at first.
Well, it looks like head coach Nuku's not happy with 2 runs, trying to pad the score here in the 7th.
Yeah,
I guess with these fast pitch rules, you got to, right?
You have to. You never know what's going to happen, especially with what we've seen on this field today. It's been an interesting game. So with 1 down, that brings up number 2, Kayla Clark. And Hope heads over and steals second with the runner on third, Sam Smith,
Howick just not wanting a bar of that.
Yeah, nah. Which was smart of them. They don't want to risk that throw and let in another run. Oh, Kaylin So was not pleased with that one. She wanted that one to be called.
I don't know too many pitchers who don't want their pitches called, to be fair.
Well, sometimes, to be fair, sometimes we'll see a pitch and sometimes it'll get called and we're like, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It works. So, hey, I mean, it's part of the game. So that brings 2 balls and 1 strike for Kayla Clark.
Kayla Clark, obviously, over the 200 club in the AFC, or NFS, it's called now, competition.
And she takes a swing, and first baseman makes the catch, and that is Hannah Greenaway. Oh, that is Hannah Greenaway, who makes the second out of the inning without nonetheless bringing up number 69, Kyla Bromhead, who again, as I mentioned, is a dangerous hitter to have up in this situation with runners on.
Real hefty hitters, aren't they?
Yep.
Waitakere Bears through the middle part of their order.
And she takes that one outside for a ball. So as we saw with Kyla before I had made that comment last inning, she ripped one straight up the middle, almost getting Caitlin Sills, and she brought in a run on that one. So let's see if she's able to have that success this time as she lays off ball number 2.
My first time seeing Caitlin Sills this weekend. Haven't seen her before. And obviously Howick doing some good work in their lower grades to bring these pitches through.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, how, all the clubs this year have just brought up a bunch of younger girls. And Kyla Bromhead gets a piece of that to right field, but is not successful as that is out number 3.
Well, they're aggressive on the base pass of Waitakere Bears, but they can't convert it into insurance runs. 2 runs the difference. Will that be enough?
Will it? Stay tuned.
We'll find out at the bottom of the 7th when we come back.
The next big thing for Easton Fast Pitch has arrived. The Ghost has revolutionary double barrel technology with 2 full-length barrels constructed together that essentially eliminates all vibration. The collision between the outer and inner barrel creates an explosive sound unlike anything you've heard before. The softer outer barrel has the lowest compression in the game for maximum performance right out of the wrapper. The Ghost. Are you ready to make the switch?
Well, we'd keep that music going if there wasn't too much static in it. Oh, it's Jason Goobies, aka Chopper here, along with my new commentary partner, Stephanie Tashira. Done a fantastic job just helping her out for the last innings. Great to join you in this exciting match.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be next to you, It's awesome, but brings in bottom of the 7th inning with number 9, Sky Martin, with a runner at first as she tries to drop down a bunt, but goes back foul.
Waitakere Bears, obviously with Kyla Bromhead behind the dish, plenty of experience back there.
Yep.
So the base runner at first base will have to be wary, of course.
Yep, very careful, yep.
They need 2 runs to continue here, Howick.
As she goes to square for a bunt and does not get it down, so she misses on that one to make it 2 strikes, no balls. And how you just said to watch out for Kyla. She just about almost threw the ball to pick off the runner at first, so it's definitely something you want to be heads up with.
Yeah. 2 runs, that's all they need here to carry on, Howick. 3, they walk it off. Foul back, almost into the booth. That's great doing this streaming. I understand we get a few people watching not only around Auckland, but around New Zealand and even internationally.
Yeah.
Even a father here or two.
A father, I'm going to give a
just
shout out.
give a shout out.
Let's just
Mario.
give a shout out to my dad, Mario Teixeira, and my mom, Lisette Teixeira, watching in now. Oh, and that she is called out for strike number 3, and I did not notice, but there is a pitching change for the Bears. Brings in number 4, Hope Maka, who gets her first strikeout of the game.
What a way to come into the match. We're just finishing off. Mario Teixeira, your daughter's doing a wonderful job here. First time in the booth. Don't you think she's doing a good job? You know what? You can just leave a comment and then we'll read it later and find out.
And number 7 is up, and that is Hannah Greenaway, who goes to execute a bunt but is not able to do so, so she has a strike on her.
It's one work on you think you'll see from Howick here. A couple of batters in a row unable to get that ball down.
Yep. So Hope with the second pitch throws it in for a ball outside. Makes the count 1-1.
Corners for Waitakere Bears. We're up. First baseman Maya Lupton still is.
Right, and that's something we've noticed throughout the whole game. Maya is just up there, in the batter's face, which is good because it's kind of an intimidating factor for the batter. It's like, all right, well, you're there. I'm not going to put the ball anywhere near you. So, with that being said, Hope gets the second strike in there, makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes for Hannah Greenaway. So Hope comes in with the pitch and is able to get her swinging for strikeout number 2 for Hope Maka.
Well, she just rears back there, does Maka, doesn't she? It's a drop ball that's over the top of the strike zone, but the velocity is too tempting. Out.
Yep. Definitely, those high pitches are definitely tempting to us batters, which brings up 2 outs. Number 11, Olivia Dixon. Try to make something happen here for Howick as she takes a swing down the left field line and is foul. Coach for Howick couldn't get a hand on that one himself.
Well, I'm not too sure what the connotations are as far as placings are concerned. On the result of this one, we know that Otahuhu have gone through undefeated through the round robin, so they'll go straight to the 10:45 a.m. game tomorrow, the first semi-final. And Waitakere Bears are right there, I think Ramblers maybe, and Marist, the other teams that are neck and neck.
Oh, when Olivia makes contact.
Yes, well done, ladies. Good game.
And number 15, Shia Hale, makes the throw successfully to get the 3rd out of the game.
Well, nice play by the third basewoman, and that gets the crowd to their feet with applause because that is the end of the match.
That is the end.
Waitakere Bears do hold out. 2 runs was enough.
What it turns out to be enough. You guys stay tuned and you were able to see the end result.
There you go. Fantastic. Great to see Waitakere Bears Classic tournament here. We'll go to Championship Sunday tomorrow. That should be exciting. First game will be at 9 o'clock. And that'll be obviously between the placings 4 and 5. If you want to get the results, I suggest go to the Waitakere Bears Facebook page and they'll post the results for you in that one to see who's in that matchup. Then the first major semi-final will be at 10:45. As we see, that's Otahu or Otahuhu. They'll be taking on either Bears, Marist or Ramblers when we find out what how the results mash together. What we do know, the final will be at 4 o'clock. It's shaping up to be a good one, Stephanie.
I agree. I would honestly, if you can't be here to watch it, I would tune into the stream. It's going to be a great game, great teams out here, and it's, again, like we talked about, there's a lot of young players in this game who are aggressive and eager to learn, so it should be a good matchup.
Looking forward to it. Hollywood Fish Farms, one of the sponsors of the tournament. Great to have them on board for this one. All the games will be streamed live from the Waitakere Bears YouTube channel. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for Championship Sunday of the Waitakere Bears 2019 Classic Tournament. On behalf of Stephanie Teixeira, I'm Jason Gerbies, aka Chopper. Lani Hutchinson doing the video switcher on this one. Guess what, people? We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.